I had a talk with a good friend of mine. He was wondering why at some juncture they were not included in the booking process, because as we started ramping up and we crossed a bridge with Orlando and certain other entities, you know, that we were capable of going and crossing over from 321 into 407 and likewise. And during that process, that individual asked me, so what's up, man? How come you all never booked us and never really wanted to get into it? And what's the problem? You know, we've got stank breath, or you know, what's the hang up? Fact of the matter is that we wanted to make sure that people recognize, because there's certain individuals, and looking all the way across the room, been in 20, 30 fucking years and have been doing it and putting down dope shit that I can't stand next to, as far as talent is concerned, and how much drive they have and passion. So I tried to make sure, and along with the rest of the councils that are involved right now, that it was clear that we weren't going to hide underneath somebody's shirt and then turn around and they would look at us and say, the only reason why they're successful is because they've been fucking sucking his dick. That's what's up. You know, that's the reason why they made it. You know what I mean? And so as this thing went forward, we wanted to make sure that everybody knew that Florida Brace Council can and will stand on our own 2 feet. I'm absolutely positive of that. However, that does not mean that I am not going to push this thing to the limits of whatever it decides to be. I'm not in control of it. I'm not the only one that's involved with it. I'm not the only mind that is responsible for it. I am the mouthpiece, I'm the spokesperson, or whatever you want to call it, as it is right now in this meeting. But the structure is this, all right? I own the Florida Brace Council, that is true, but my word is no more powerful than any of the 5 board members. And they are, where's Hewlin? Jason Hewlin over here, that's my best friend. He's the one that fucking got my head around structure of music, counting frames. Don't put anthems over anthems, dickhead. You know, that kind of thing. You know, taught me how to find a little flow in it. And I owe my whole talent thing to his mentoring. All right, so Mr. Gardner, who has decided to be very fashionably late in this thing, is the one that...
he's working right now.
Oh, yeah, he's working on fucking bringing his ass here is what he's doing.
He's 10 minutes out. He was actually sweating doing cables that none of us
I know, he did. He done the damn thing. But he's the one that facilitated a lot of the equipment and the ability to let Hewlin and I, you know, ramp up as far as musical talent is concerned. All right, so he's also the one that helped me lock down all of the Florida Brace Council, the domain, the SoundCloud, Mixcloud, YouTube, fucking me too, you and everybody else too. Anything and everything that had Florida Brace Council on it, we locked it down way in advance before we even started on a forward direction. All right, so as Mr. Hewlin, myself, Chris Gardner, this is Damon Chalet over here, the one that looks like he might hurt you right now. that guy right there has sacrificed his very home for us to play on. It means a lot. He's got his own thing going on, and he allowed us to find a place where we could pursue our dreams. And I owe him a lot.
For years.
Right. So, that being said, we had a missing component of this thing, because now we've got an even number. You cannot have an even number if you're trying to make a balanced decision, because you lock 2 and 2 and you ain't going nowhere. So we had to involve an additional person. And that person is Mr. Butterfield. Butterfield was brought to us through Hewlin as a recommendation. Hey, this guy's been in business, whatever else, and so on and so forth. On he goes. Contributing members to this thing right now is Angel, who's out here deciding to talk on the phone for some reason. She's been making moves ever since we put it on her, and she picked it up without me saying a word on it. She came free, full, and willing on her own, and has done a tremendous job of just networking and always following and keeping her ear to the ground on what's up. And then the last addition to this thing that has been led up to right now is Mr. James. Mr. Corey James has come via Butterfield, and this man over here seriously, if I threw him off the fucking building right now, he would come down showering gold and diamonds all on the floor. And then in that case, hey, it's Mr. Gardner. Everybody. Hey, Mr. Gardner. Mr. Gardner has done some last minute work down at Sports Page, making sure that all the talent that's involved tonight is comfortable and everything's hooked up properly and we're going to make it bang. So,